Okay, so I don't know, man. I had to come back. I had to make a review. It's not. I don't know. I don't consider myself too great. Making this type of like review type of videos. I know that a lot of other people are, far better than me. All what I can say is just that I'm here to try to express, my love for Berserk and what I feel for the Berserk, um, 2016 new season after the Eclipse event series, that I've been waiting for so long, to see it on the screen. You know, I think I see that a lot of people are complaining. Like when I read the comments, I've been feeling really upset. For what the majority of the people had to say about this, and I just think, most people are so centered in the whole superficialistic aspect of this new series. Like, I guess, the main thing that I keep reading that it bugs me the most is when people are like, oh, it's all a CG fest, and it's nothing but CG and the CG and whatever, just, I mean, to me, I can understand if many people miss it and want to see, like the old school traditionalist type of animation, like the original Berserk series from the 1995, I think is when it came out. It's around 95, 96, somewhere around there. It's purely made by this type of traditional artists. You barely see any CG graphic in the series, and but I just want to say that to me it is irrelevant if it's CG or not. To me, what I care the most is to see the series, advancing and to see the progress of it. And I think that honestly, I'm not just trying to be a fanboy here defending this, but I think it looks great to me. Like the animation, it looks fucking awesome. It looks about. It looks slightly different than what they did in the Golden Age series, which is pretty much a trilogy that felt like a movie version of the series. Like they were trying to put, the quality of it. It felt like a movie or like very long episode. But I guess it's too expensive to keep making it that way, so they're making it now in this more type of old school type of series. Like the way you see Claymore, or like the way you see the original Berserk series. Eh, Um, or like when you see all Saint Seiya, you see this type of the length of the episodes, like about around 15 to 20 minutes, something like that. Or in this case, I think this series, the first episode, it was like about 25 minutes, around that. And 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 I guess people, they really expect to see the best from Berserk, because I understand when fans, they want to see the best of the best. And I am like that too. I think that Berserk will always deserve, you know, the best. And to me, the best is the mangas. I have, collected about all the volumes I have. I am missing, I don't know, I think I'm missing only like the two, no, the three latest volumes. And I haven't buy them because a friend of mine has them, and I can read them at their place, or I can borrow it for them. So this is the only reason why I haven't buy them yet. But To me, the Berserk manga, the manga, it is just simply put the best, the most epic, the most legendary fucking hardcore manga I ever read in my whole life. And it's something that to me, it stands as a sort of a religion, because I love, the whole content behind what is, dark fantasy and the type of, like I am somebody that grew up with with games like Castlevania, with movies like Dracula, and Zelda, and watching Saint Seiya, um, and a lot of Saint Seiya, and Fist of the North Star and stuff like that. And I grew up with that, so I am very huge into like dark fantasy, and to me Berserk, it defines all that I love about it, and it's way more than that. It's way more of what you can expect. It is something like the creator Kentaro Miura. He has to be one of the greatest story developer of all time, and artist, because the man, he's a true artist. He's a philosopher, he's a writer, he's a a true believer, and the man, he expressed all this on his own series in a way that is phenomenal. And at the same time, I think it's really underrated, because most people, they don't know much of Berserk. They only like they hear of it, but and whatever. But most people, they truly know about it because they are truly hardcore into mangas, and they love animations, and they love epic stuff, so they get into this. But at the same time, it feels like it's underrated in the term that it should have way more popularity, and I mean, like, people should know more about how great the story is, how deep it is, how hardcore and dark it is, and it's like nothing I have seen before. Um, I love I love many things out there, talking about cinema, talking about animation or animated series, talking about video games, and talking about books, talking about philosophy, and all that together. But Berserk, it truly is one of those things that stands as as subliminal and very legendary. I can even tell that many times I got the book in my hand from Berserk, and I see the images, the art style, and I can swear that sometimes my mind, it gets so infused with this story in a way that sometimes I can even swear that it's gonna sound crazy, but this is how my mind perceive it. But sometimes I can even see some of the images come to life, like slowly move. It is just amazing, the artwork that they have. Like it is so expressive. You see so much emotional from just a sketch and drawing and a piece of paper. Of course, what you read is also super important, but what you see, it is just the main core, the soul of it. So, I mean, I don't know. I wish I could express more love of it. I am right now. I'm just putting this Dark Soul 3 game, and this is kind of like my take on my version of Berserk right now. And I kind of made it more like, if you see the manga and when you read about the prototype, it was like one of the first. I think it was like the first novel that Kentaro Miura did of Berserk, and it was like his, original idea till the series. He decided to transform it and make it look just a little bit different here and there, and redesign the story and all that. But because I knew this game, because of the options, it didn't allow me to do the an exact, version of how it should look, more from the manga, but instead he ended up being more like this prototype version of him. So, well, I guess I hope many won't mind about that. But anyway, yeah, going back to the series, this is what I need to talk about, and I'm making this one thing. I want to express my love for Berserk and how happy I am and grateful, to the developers for finally bringing, the new season 2. Even, okay, this is some of the things that I've been reading that, so, sometimes when I get too passionate about something, I tend to get hurt when I see people talking trash of it, when I see people trying to put it like it's so bad of what it really is. And one of the main things that really pisses me off is the whole whining and bitching about the way that graphically looks, the art style of the series, of the new series. And it just, it perplexes me that people, they're gonna attack it just because most of it is being made with this CGI effect in order to be able to make the series move smoothly and have this more realistic animation. And I can understand that a lot of people are tired of the whole era of CGI, and I understand it's very, very super overrated. Like, a lot of practical effects should come back. A lot of, old traditional effect, like drawing, sketching artists, it should back too. But when I see the series, I do see like it's both together. I don't see that it's only CGI. I see that many moments there are also not, natural drawings and sketches. Like artists, making, drawing in the paper and trying to bring to life the awesomeness of the series that the manga is, which is it's not an easy task. It's really, really hard to do something like that. And most people, you know, they are expecting to be this the most perfect of all animated series. And that is just not fair if you're gonna sit down and look at it from that point of view. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say, like, I know I got several points that I'm really trying to get across, and one of them is the art style, what you're gonna see. The first thing that you see, I guess that's why people will always cry about. And it's not like it got a lot of hate or anything. No, it's just more like a mixed type of, of feeling. I seen the video right now, and it has like about, I see this one from a friend of mine. His channel is called Dragon. It's Dragon something, and that was when I first saw the episode 1, which I think so far is all what we got. I don't think episode 2 is out yet, but I'm sure it will be out maybe next week or something like that. But uh, you know, I know that there is a video game coming, and I see the trailer, and I hope it will be really fucking awesome, as it should be. As a Berserk new game, new age, new game to serve. And I heard, what I thought they were doing is a continuation from the Golden Age, a new arc. And I didn't thought that it would be kind of like another sort of, I guess we can call it a reboot, restarting. Like it is a new series. This is not the Golden Age. This is another thing that it takes place right after the event of the eclipse. But at the same time, it rushes through some arcs, and one of the main complaints that people have is that, and I didn't see it right away, but when I start to meditate about it, then I realized that it's missing many of the arcs, and one of them is the conviction like Lost Children, the chapter of the cocoons. You know, when you get this little girl called Jill, which is this adorable, a very adorable little girl, that she met gods, and she's following gods because she feels something great about him, that he's an unusual guy, and she's just one of these side characters that you feel for her, you know, not so much at the beginning, but when you get more into the character. I mean, it's amazing how Berserk, it can show you other characters, aside gods, aside the crucial characters like gods, the Skeleton Knight, or Casca, or the fucking Griffith, or Julia, like, to me, Judah is one of the coolest character, man, and you know, but it seems that the new series, it did a skip, so it's missing that part, and there is this other girl called I think Rosine is her name, Rosine, and she's like this girl that she wants to be an elf. In a way, it's kind of like a Peter Pan sort of, twisted version of her, because she want to be like young forever. She want to be this young elf. She hates the world of men, and for many valid reasons. But she becomes this kind of like arch fiend thing, that she's like this moth flying elven like creature, that she can be really wicked and evil, and she takes joy on the killing. And sadly, she tried to kill gods, which was a bad move, and God had to put her in her place, because she's really dangerous, and she nearly killed God because she's really fast and very dangerous. So they skip that part, and another of the complaints are about the Holy Iron Chain Knight, that it seems that they put them after. Well, you see in the very beginning, you see Farnese, so that feels really right. That the Holy Iron Chain Knight, they are watching the corpse in the river from what happened to the eclipse, and what happened to the bone of the hawk, the band of the hawk, and so right from the start, it felt right. The animation, it felt gorgeous to me. It felt like distinctive, like if they're trying to mix this type of sketch art with the new graphical, the CGI, and it looks like they're really trying to revive the manga into the screen, just like Golden Arc did. um Golden Age, sorry. But then they jump to this chapter, where God, first of all, he go into this bar, right, where in the original manga we see that it's only Puck there, that he's being trolled by these three motherfuckers that are trying to toy with the poor elf, and trying to even attempt to kill him, but in that moment, God got in there, and he got into a fight with those fuckers, and in the act, Puck, the elf, he got free from that. But another thing they did in this series, in the new series, it was to introduce Isidro, which is this kid that he just wanted to be the ultimate warrior. He wanted to become something like gods. He admires gods with all his soul, and he's like a reflection of gods, like a very young gods, like how gods would have was when he was a kid. Well, that's what Isidro reminds me of. But and here's another cool character that he grows a lot in you. But the thing is that they put him in this adaptation because this is what it is. It's a new adaptation, and people should try to see it like that. They pretty much they rush the first appearance of Isidro, and they put it right there at the same time with Puck. When I saw that, I was kind of like, what? Wait a moment. No, that's not happening in manga. Isidro wasn't there. Isidro was like a little bit way, a little bit far ahead when God is sitting this rock and Isidro appear, sneaking upon him. It was just really funny because Isidro, he's like this little fox, like this little guy that he's, like just, I don't know. He's just funny, man. It's something about him. He's a very hilarious guy. But the thing is that that was the first thing that I saw about it, okay? And I was like, wait a second, that's not how happened in the manga. Then I realized that they really actually jumped several arcs, like 3 or 4 arcs, uh, after what we saw on the Golden Age, and the Thor episode, the after Eclipse event, which they make a fucking glorious job. I always praise it. The Golden Age. I mean, okay, this is one difference, right, between the original animated series, from the 1995. I think hopefully it's 95. I think that's the year when it came. But the thing about that series is that, okay, it gives you a lot of depth with the character. Like, it gives you enough episodes for you to get a lot into every character, Now, why I really love so much the original series, I have to say that I also got my complaints about it. And one of them is that it was a PG-13 version of the manga, okay? And it's because it still has that badass nature of the BERSERK. A lot of people don't even truly see it, but the manga is way more hardcore in terms of gore and graphic, than that series. And another thing that people don't seem to see is that they also changed a lot of the source. Like, they try to make it this more realistic version of it, because it's ignoring a lot of the dark fantasy elements. Like, it's ignoring the appearance of Puck. When you see the episode 1 of the 2016 new series, okay, let's just call it the season 2. From now on, I just want to call this season 2 because it is the new season 2. Okay, instead of seeing Puck in the bar, in the old, or in the old animated series, we see this little girl, a random girl, okay, a random peasant girl, or villager girl, that these people that are pretty much abusing in the same way they're abusing with Puck. Then gods came there and helped the girl, But they changed that. That's not how it was in the manga. Okay? So many people who complain about this new series, that it has so much changes on the adaptation, and that it feels so rushed, they got to stop a second and think that, the old series, it has a lot of fucking changes too. And we don't even see, the Skeleton Knight appearing in the clips. We don't even see it at all in the series. So they were kind of denying most of the dark fantasy elements, and they were only showing, like, pretty much all what we see from the old series is the whole demons thing from the Eclipse, right after Griffith turned into the monster that he turned, alright, and did all the for fucking givable things that he did to gods and his people. That's the only moment when the series truly turned in what Berserk is meant to be, and we see a lot of the true, brutal, dark elements, like the supernatural side, is what I'm trying to say, that Berserk has. Because trust me, there are many of them. It is very supernatural. You know, this series, the original series, it makes you believe that it's all a human thing, that it's all man versus man, you know. And then the series will gonna give you this huge twist around that is gonna blow your head. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but well, I guess I already did, but I don't know. Sorry if I am, because I'm guessing that most people that are gonna see this video, they will know what Berserk is. So they're expecting this to be a non-spoiler video. So anyway, that's not my intention to spoil. I'm just talking, you know, because I had to talk about the story. You know, I cannot put a wall in front of me and pretend that nothing happened. You know, because nah, fuck that. So yeah. So I'm trying to compare that, you know, the things that really my complaints about the original series. Then the golden arc came, you know, the golden age, and you know, while it was super gorgeous to look at it, to me it was like the perfection, like the supreme evolution of how Berserk should look on the screen. You know, it looked, to me, it just looked flawless. I don't care if it's CGI here and there. I don't fucking care. All what I care is the work of it, and that this the fact that it's still art. You know, the Japanese people, they will always see that as art, regardless if it is a drawing, regardless if it's a traditionalist sketching or CGI. And it's exactly what I feel about the same, you know, the new series. So one thing about the Golden Age is that the critique that I can give, and it's true, is that it's missing some of the depth that the character had. You know, he also feels rushed too, but it's because people need to understand that developers cannot put the whole 100% the manga into these movies because it is almost impossible to do. It is really expensive and it takes a lot of work and time. So, you know, another thing I'm trying to express with all this is that people they get so consumed thinking that, oh my god, this feels rushed. Oh no, they're skipping this and that. Oh no, this is not the full potential of the story. You know, that they don't think about the hard work that developers have to do to bring something like they see on episode 1 on the 2016, the new season. You know, I guess I feel really insulted with most of this so-called, you know, oh shit, this is when I'm not playing the game because it costs me a lot to, it costs me a lot of work to think about me playing and talk what I'm going to say. Oh shit. So I want to show just a little bit of my take on Guts, the Black Swordsman, in this. Oh shit. Awesome game. He slowed me down. I got to be careful. So you know, I mean, you know, part of this video to me is a rant, and not, it's not a rant about the series. It's not a rant of me complaining of how much better this series should have been. Oh shit. The tree didn't let me see for a moment. It is more a rant of the people, you know, the so-called Berserk fans. You make me sick! Well, that was kind of a poor display, but... Now, switching to my other Berserk build. You know, I did my Judah. I was thinking of making a video, like a full, you know, video in as homage to him using this character. But I haven't done it because I honestly I haven't get the time because I've been working in many other playthroughs. So I decided to do a little bit of gameplay on this while I do my thoughtful review thing that I'm trying to do. Um, so like I was saying, part of this video is a rant of how whiny and ungrateful a lot of the people on the internet that I've been reading they can be with this new series. Like they are attacking it like if it's not even Berserk, just because stupid petty things like the animation is CGI or it's a bad CGI or because it's rushly adapted or because it's missing some arcs here and there. God, guys, this is just episode 1. We don't know what can. We need to see the whole series first, okay, to be able to do a full judgment on this. We cannot just go and saying that this is shit when it's still Berserk and it's Berserk all over the place and we see the soul and heart of Berserk in it. And this is the thing that it pisses me, it pisses me off so much because I'm getting tired of being arguing with these people on the internet. I'm getting tired of trying to express myself typing, you know, typing for a comment when it feels like it takes more of my mind. Like it really does consume me more, and it makes me feel like I'm not going anywhere. So I'm kind of feeling like I had to make a video about it where I can let my true emotions about it, about this go. And I say it again, the original animated series is still missing a lot from the manga. The golden age is still missing a lot from it. This one is still missing a lot from it. And some things are questionable, okay? It is true why they will jump arcs, why not just do it, following better the manga. But I'm guessing they just, they decided to like the story of Jill and the elf girl Rosine. Maybe they decide that it's not as important as what the story is trying to lead us now. I guess they're just trying to rush this to get till Griffith and the war with the phantoms. The how do you call it? God damn it. The hand of the gods, the 5 hand of the gods, and all that. I guess they want to reach that plot as fast as they can, and they want to just leave the rest where we don't see it. We can read it in the manga because it's gonna be in the manga. Maybe it's a I don't know. Maybe for the developers it's too much of a budget, to do the whole thing. Like just to making this new episode right from the new season. That is a lot of work. That shit is a lot of work. Okay, you had to design. Well, the characters are already designed on the manga, but you had to put a lot of work into it to bring all this to life. The actors that make the voice. The animation the animators that still they do the graphic. They got to work their ass really hard on it to get it all right. And it's not like that like, oh, okay, we can just do it in one day and no problem. It's not like that. People really, they had to, they got to stop, man. They got to stop being such fucking ungrateful cunts. And they got to think that this is not just a fan-made sketch. This is a lot of work that from developers they take to do this. And I am 100% sure that Kentaro Miura, the true original creator of Berserk, he's there giving green light to this project. And if he believe in it, if he licensed this, because I know that he helped to produce I know he's involved with it. I just know because he's always involved. He's always involved in the animated series and the video games, and he always helped to produce them, and he always gave his own green light to the project. Like, this thing won't be out if he says no, you know? It won't be out. Okay? If he licensed this, it's because he believes in it and he sees something good in it. And he knows that's gonna be good enough. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect like the manga. Sadly, it won't. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be Berserk. You know, it's gonna be Berserk, and that's all what I care, man. Okay, talking back about episode 1, we jump into this story, right? Like I was saying, from the bar, where, you know, pretty much Guts rescue Puck and Isidro. Now it's Isidro, but he did it. He killed these fucking guys that he was actually, you know, those 3 or 4 dickheads that he killed in the bar, that they were these bandits. They actually they wasn't in that bar. When you read the manga, they were this forest where they were they you know, I think that's when he was rescuing Jill, and they had Jill as a prisoner, and you know, and they were going to do all kind of perverted bad things to her till God got into there. And also another thing is that that big demon, the tree demon that appears, he also appeared from that arc, and they kind of mixed it up with this new one. So I mean, I can understand why many people will feel, I don't want to say insulted, but they will feel kind of like confused, and they will feel like, what the fuck? Why is all this rush out in this way, you know? But I'm feeling that it's because it is a new adaptation. It is just an adaptation, and they're trying to put fragments here and there from, you know, from the manga, to put it all together to be able to be able to accelerate more the process to get to another bigger point of the series, and that's what they're trying to do. Okay, you know. So let's go back and talk about the episode 1. About, I remember clearly when I read this. I cannot remember what arc was. I tried to look for it, and there's, you know, I got many of the book. The collection of Berserk is huge. And before I tried to record this video, I was trying to remember which volume this arc appeared, where, you know, Colette, the little girl, that you know, sadly happened, all what happened to her, which was terrible, man. I mean, the first time I read that in the manga, it made me feel so sad for the girl. I really felt for her so much, because, you know, she was like this little adorable angel that she was doing nothing but kind and good with gods, you know, for no reason at all. And I know that God's even felt that, even if God, he's this anti-hero, badass guy that sometimes he seems to be emotionless. Sometimes he seems to be like he, you know, like he's this stone cold guy, that he's feeling nothing, that he's just a brute. That's not true. I mean, God, in his own way, he's always feeling, you know. And every time when he see a loss, every time when he sees somebody that potentially he could care, when he see him die, and always when he sees something happen to that person, I know he will feel it. You know, you can see it on his eyes and on his expression. He's just not a man of many words, you know. He's not a philosopher. He's not, you know, like, he's not going to go and express how he feel all the time. Sometimes you see him open up, and sometimes you see that he can be this very deep person. But what I'm trying to say is that you felt like his pain, what happened to her, to him, and when he see, you know, this little girl turning into this demon, and that she killed her own father, like he decapitated her own father, and you see her holding her head and everything with this, you know, demonic smile. So let me tell you something. From all those people that are complaining about the changes of the series, do they change the R, the mature material? content of this? Did they hold back when they killed Colette and they show graphically all what happened to her? No, they didn't hold back. They were just like the way you see in the manga. They went really hardcore on this shit. For a moment when I was watching this and when I saw Colette before all the disgraceful shit that happened to her, I felt like they were, maybe they're gonna turn down. They're gonna turn it down a little bit. They won't show it too much, and they put it exactly like it was in the manga, man, which surprised me. I mean, I don't want to say that I want to see that because I don't want to see Berserk change. I want to see it like as hardcore as it is. Like they dared, Berserk, Kentaro Miura. He always got the balls. He always got the balls to do things, and he always got the balls to make it real, and all the things that you see there. Shit. Okay, I fell. Whatever. Almost gonna get killed here. You see, I cannot talk. God damn it. Fucking dogs, man. They always got to do that when you're fucking dying. I'm praying like shit. Whew. I cannot talk, man, and do this. Playing like shit right now, but it's because I'm trying to talk. I mean, this is why I cannot play. I wish I could play, the game and talk at the same time, but I am not. I am doing this legit. Like I am talking naturally. I'm not. I know I could just make a video and put my voice over it, but I don't know. I didn't feel like doing that. But anyway. Yeah, just I was feeling like kill something as Jude a little bit, because I don't know. This is a build that I like a lot, like the rogue type, and making a Judah character. I just want to say that Judah, like from all the characters from the Bang of the Hawk, he's my favorite character because he's not just this super likable guy, like super charismatic. He seems like the only person that was God's true friend from the very beginning, and the only one that treated him like a friend. The only one that was being true to him, and so from the very start, that's what I like Jude at the best. Also, he died in this heroic way, trying to protect Casca, and he pretty much sacrificed himself for her. So that's something that should never be forgotten, But I think he was God's true best friend the whole time, and yeah. But anyway, going back to the episode 1, I just want to say that I really did like what I saw. I mean, the part of the Colette, the event with the girl Colette and what happened to his father. I mean, they went really legit on that. They really show it almost perfectly, like the way you see it in the manga. And I wasn't really expecting that till I saw it. So yeah, I know that it's not complete. That it's not the whole manga. And this series is not gonna be in depth 100%. It's gonna be just a adaptation from Berserk. They're gonna take from the mangas what maybe they consider the best parts, or more most significant parts, and maybe they are considering the arcs that people like the most. I don't know. I mean, okay, I'll be honest. It shouldn't be that way. It should be like I wish I could do arc one by one, arc and do them, you know. But at the same time, I got to sit down and understand that it is too much work. You know, one thing is what people demand and what people are expecting. Another thing is what we're gonna get. Okay? Another thing is what the developers are going to be able to do. And that's just let me give me do something. That is just 100% understandable. I mean, I think even Kentaro Miura knows that. He knows that they won't be able to do the whole manga. Maybe no in many years from now. Maybe in 20 years from now, another incarnation of the series comes that's gonna do everything that was missed. Hopefully. But people should really try to be more grateful for what we're getting. I mean, at least we should try. I mean, I'm not saying that you should go and say, "Oh, this is the best thing that ever happened to Berserk." No, that's not what I'm expecting. All what I'm saying is just to respect it. A lot of people, they put a comment and they are like, "Ah, the CGI is shit. Oh, it can look so much better. Oh, it looks like PlayStation 2 fucking graphic." I mean, shit like that really fucking burns me, man. When I read that, it really fucking makes me angry. Okay, it does. It makes me feel like I wish I had that person in front of me to punch it in the fucking face. That's exactly how it makes me feel. But no, it's all internet, right? I cannot do shit about it but to complain. But to be a so-called key warrior, and I don't like that. There's some people that really been pissing me off. Like, when, okay, there is this guy that he says something brilliant. Okay, brilliant. And I really love, I think his name is Devil Childy or something like that. And he said, "True Berserk fans don't bitch about content we get given. We just bask in the glory that is Berserk, no matter what adaptation." Okay, I remember I was enraged with the whole so-called Berserk, internet community, reading so much shitty fucking comments. And when I read this guy, I was like, man, I fucking love you. Thanks, man. Thanks for being one of the few true hardcore Berserk lover here. Because I know you're watching this and you are appreciating it for what it is. Not what you're expecting it to be. And I mean, I can understand now if people can be complaining that it feels rushed out. I had to respect that. If people say that they're skipping arcs. Somebody told me you should open your fucking eyes because I put I put a comment that expressing all my love from Berserk and expressing how happy I am from this new series, and I say that I think it's a gift. And some people reply me saying that, "Oh yeah, that's a joke what you're saying, right?" And the stupid LOL or whatever. "Oh, you're joking." No, I'm not joking. You are the fucking joke if you think I'm joking. I'm not. I'm trying to express my love for it, And somebody else was like, "You got to open your eyes. This is a fiasco. This is, Kentaro Miura is betraying us for doing this." And I was like, "Wow, man. You're putting my hate to a whole new level by saying it's not even hate what I feel. It's just like fucking wow. I cannot believe somebody goes and say Kentaro Miura, he's a traitor for allow this new series to happen. A fucking traitor when his mangas and his books is been already published years ago. He knows that the true hardcore people will read the mangas and they come and see this new adaptation and say, wow, this was good. Wow, that's good too, but this sucked here. I wish it could have been more like that. He knows that. So he's a traitor only because he valued that, only because he approved that. A project to see his beloved Berserk come back to life. and not be forgotten in an old series. Man, it was like 2012 when we got the golden age, right? That wasn't too long ago. I mean, Berserk is coming. It's here. It's back in full force. It don't want to die. It don't want to be forgotten. That's never gonna happen. And I don't think this new series is gonna fail. I think it's gonna have, you know, a lot of mixed feelings, just like the original series had, just like Golden Age had, just like the video game had. I really hate these people that they just, all what they do is cry and whine like little bitches. That's all what they do. They're incapable to add, oh, by the way, but I did like this, and that. This was fine. I love that. No, they just got to come and be shitty. They got to put a shitty comment. Like, I mean, if you know, if you really love it or hate it, if you're both, trying to express the positive about it. Don't just get locked down in the fucking miserable thinking of this is shit. Because something like Berserk, something like this, doesn't deserve to be called that. My point is that there are so many true fucking shitty shit out there in the marketing, man. And people are eating that every day. Most of these newbies, they suck shit today. And always Hollywood, they give you garbage for the most part. And people swallow that and make them think that that's all what cinema can give you. When great things like Berserk, it get ignored. It gets overview. It just... But I don't know, man. I just, I guess I'm gonna have to reach the end of this video sooner or later, but I just want to say that many, even if they're true Berserk fans, even if they truly love the manga and they hate this, I just don't understand how they can call themselves Berserk lovers, because it is just like Mr. Devil says. True Berserk fans don't bitch about content we get given. We just bask in the glory that is Berserk, no matter what adaptation is. No matter what. And this is no shit. This is no shitty. It's no bad. It looks great. To me, it looks good. And I'm trying to appreciate it for what it is. I mean, what kind of future you gonna give to Berserk if you sit down with your fat ass in a chair saying that this is shit? It needs to be banned or destroyed. Then we won't get more Berserk in another fucking 40 years from now. Is that what you want? Is that what you really want? I mean, man, you know what? Fuck the goddamn haters, man. Fuck the trolls. I mean, I can respect many of their views. I can understand. But when they come and they say that this is shit, just for the sake of saying shit, because they're lazy to express why it's shit. Just because they say, oh, terrible CGI. Because it's a modern fashion to sit down and say that now CGI is terrible. When sometimes you can do great artistical things with CGI. CGI is good if you make it look good. And if you don't overuse it. And to me, many moments of this episode, they feel like it's like a mix of old school, sketching, old school drawings. I keep saying sketch, but old school type of, art, animation infused with CGI. And that's all what I see in Golden Age. And I don't have a problem with that. Because the final result is fucking awesome looking. It's art. It's Berserk coming back to life. That's what people should see it. A lot of people, they don't know how much effort they take to make those expressions that you see they make on their faces. Or the way they move. Of how fluid the animation is, I mean, The original animated series is not perfect. It got his flaws too. I say that the manga looks way better, man. But still, I love it because it's Berserk. And it was the first attempt, the first adaptation that we got. Of course we're gonna love it. Of course we're gonna get nostalgic with it. And it also has an amazing score. It's a soundtrack that it only has like 7, 8, 10 songs, but all of them they're great. And it's great music. And you know, I love and I am an artist too. I make drawings. I am a musician and artist. I am, you know, like I am a mix of these two things. Right now, my channel it became mostly a gamer channel, but that doesn't change anything because I'm still doing my music in real life, and I'm still doing drawings once in a while. I'm not the greatest artist ever, but I've been doing this since kid, so I know what it is and I know how it feels. And when you know, people are just way too unforgiving. People just need to, you know, just to be a little bit more grateful, to say, okay, thank you developers, you know, thank you Kentaro Miura, you're trying, you know, to give us something with Berserk. They're making our own series about it, so people can see it in the future. People that they don't know the manga can see it, and when they come back and read the manga, you know, it's like many people that they saw the original Berserk animated series, and they thought that the eclipse event it would be the end. It would be like the apocalypse, and gods die, and everybody die. And wow, this is so shocking. This is way too tragic, way too apocalyptic, way too dark. But when you read the manga, you just discover that all that is just the beginning of the series, man. Okay? When you see episode 1 of the 1995 version, that's really what you're gonna get from there on in the future. That's the true future right there. Like, it starts after the eclipse. And maybe that's why they didn't put that again here, because maybe they didn't want to repeat what they did on episode 1 from the original series. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they kind of skip it a little bit forward. I don't know. But I don't know. I just want to say all my love, you know, to the original, to the 3 arcs, Golden Age, and to the new one, and from the upcoming video game. You know, I always gonna love Berserk with all my heart. And Berserk is one of those few things that I put it high in a pedestal, equally with Castlevania, you know, or Lord of the Rings, or Middle Earth. You know, those are just my examples. Or let's just say something modern like Games of Thrones, that I also love too and care a lot, because I love characters like Jon Snow. But just want to say that I always gonna put Berserk really, really high, super high in that list. And I just want to say thank you, Kentaro Miura. Thank you so much. And you know, to hell with all the haters, man. Just to hell with them. Or what I want to do is to buy this, get the collection, and see it on DVD, and forget about the hateful comments that I've been reading. Forget about all of them, and just embrace Berserk for his vast glory.